Sauna and cold plunge in the wrong order will undo your workout. 3 supplements that everybody takes for recovery actually fight each other if you stack them on the same day. And the one recovery move people skip every single night is the only one with the strongest evidence in the entire stack. Here is the order that actually works with the data. I am going to give you the recovery stack I run after every hard training session and the slightly different one I run on a rest day. Sauna timing, cold timing, the 3 supplements with real evidence, and the 2 that are mostly marketing. The mistake most people make with cold plunges right after lifting and why it is shrinking your gains. By the end, you will know exactly what to do, in what order, on which days. Recovery is 2 things happening at once: damaged muscle fibers repairing and rebuilding stronger, and the nervous system rebalancing from a stress state back to a parasympathetic, calm state. If you only focus on the muscles, you will overtrain your nervous system and burn out. If you only focus on the nervous system, you will leave gains on the table. The right stack hits both. Heat for circulation and growth hormone, cold for nervous system reset, sleep for the actual repair. Supplements for the gaps. The order matters because some of these compete. Cold right after lifting tells the body to stop the inflammation cascade, and that cascade is exactly what triggers muscle adaptation. You cold plunged your gains away. This is in the literature. Sauna. Specifically, dry sauna in the 75 to 90 degrees Celsius range. The data here is the strongest in the entire recovery stack. What it does: increases plasma volume, which improves cardiovascular efficiency, triggers heat shock proteins, which protect cells under stress, spikes growth hormone up to 5 times baseline if you go long enough, reduces all-cause mortality in long-term Finnish cohort studies 4 to 7 sessions a week, associated with a 40% lower risk of cardiovascular death. How to use it: 20 minutes per session, 3 to 4 sessions a week minimum to get the cardiovascular adaptation. Drink half a liter of water before, drink another half liter after. Timing relative to training: sauna after the workout, not before. Sauna on the same day as training is when the growth hormone spike is highest. Skip the sauna on the day of a max effort session if you have a competition the next day, because the dehydration cost outweighs the benefit. If you have one tool, this is it: cold plunge. The rule is simple. Cold is for nervous system reset and mental discipline. Cold is not for muscle recovery directly after lifting. The data: cold immersion within 4 hours of resistance training reduces muscle protein synthesis. The inflammation that cold suppresses is the same inflammation that signals your muscle to grow. You can have one or the other. So the protocol splits. On lifting days: cold in the morning before training, 2 to 4 minutes at 50 to 55 degrees Fahrenheit. This resets the nervous system, dumps norepinephrine, and gives you a clean, focused start. Then train, then sauna. No cold after training. On rest days: cold whenever you want. After the sauna is fine. The post-sauna contrast feels great, and the muscle growth concern does not apply on a non-training day. On endurance days: cold immediately after long aerobic sessions is acceptable because the gains you are after are different than hypertrophy. The literature is more permissive here. Most people do the opposite of this. They lift, then cold plunge, then sauna. The cold blunts the gains. The sauna does its job. The net is worse than just lifting and going home. Magnesium, specifically the glycinate form, not oxide. Oxide is the cheap version on Amazon. It has the bioavailability of a rock. What it does: drives parasympathetic dominance in the evening, improves sleep onset and sleep depth, measured on wearables in multiple studies, reduces muscle cramps, which is the symptom most people associate with low magnesium. Dose: 300 to 400 milligrams in the evening, 60 to 90 minutes before bed, with water, not with food. The brand I use is Doctor's Best High Absorption Magnesium. Chelated, glycinate, no fillers. There are 5 or 6 clean options. Buy whichever you find. The reason this is on the recovery stack and not the morning stack: magnesium in the morning makes some people drowsy. The whole point of magnesium for recovery is that it pulls the nervous system into the right state for sleep, which is when the repair actually happens. Creatine monohydrate, 5 grams a day, every day. No loading phase, no cycling. This is the most researched supplement in human performance, period. More than caffeine. Hundreds of randomized controlled trials. The effect size is small per session, but compounds. Over a year, you are stronger, you recover faster between sets, and recent data shows cognitive benefits as well, particularly under sleep deprivation. Timing does not matter. Take it with breakfast, with your shake, in your water. The body pools it in muscle tissue. It is not a same-day stimulant. Brand does not matter as long as it says monohydrate. Avoid the marketing named versions: creatine HCl, crealkaline, ethyl ester. They are more expensive and no better. If you take one supplement of any kind on this entire channel, this is it. Vitamin D paired with K2. Most adults are deficient. The deficiency tracks with worse recovery, worse sleep, lower testosterone in men, lower mood, and slower bone repair if you take a fall. Dose: 5,000 IU of D3, 90 micrograms of K2, MK7 form, once a day with the largest meal. The K2 is necessary because D pulls calcium out of food, and K2 routes it to bone rather than to soft tissue. Get tested first. The goal is a blood level between 50 and 70 nanograms per milliliter. Some people need 3,000 a day, some need 10,000. Test, do not guess. Then stay on the dose that puts you in range. Skip the 2 supplements people stack here that do not earn the spot. Branch-chain amino acids, mostly irrelevant if you eat enough protein. Glutamine, no measurable benefit outside of clinical-grade gut conditions. The recovery move with the strongest evidence in the entire stack is sleep. Not a sleep tracker, not a sleep optimization app, not 9 supplements stacked. The behavior: 8 hours in bed, dark room, 65 to 68 degrees, no screens for 45 minutes before, last food 3 hours prior. Done. The reason it gets skipped is it is unsexy. You cannot post a sleep streak on Instagram the way you can post a cold plunge. Sleep is where 70% of the recovery happens. Sauna and cold are the support staff. Sleep is the actual mechanic. If you fix nothing else after watching this video, fix the room and the cutoffs. Track it for 2 weeks. Watch what happens to your training. Training day: cold morning, lift. Protein meal within an hour. Sauna 20 minutes in the afternoon. Magnesium glycinate 90 minutes before bed. Bed by 10:30, 8 hours in the dark. Rest day: no cold morning required. Walk for 30 minutes. Sauna 20 minutes if you have access. Cold plunge after sauna for the contrast and the nervous system kick. Magnesium 90 minutes before bed. Same sleep window. Every day. Creatine 5 grams. Vitamin D plus K2 with your biggest meal. Water. Real food. This is the entire stack. It is not exotic. It is not expensive. It is what the literature actually supports, and it works. The full recovery protocol with the exact brands, the sauna I run at home, the cold plunge I use, and the heart rate variability targets that tell you whether the stack is working are on the Substack at 20stack.substack.com. Free. Link in the description. Subscribe. Long form Monday. Next Monday is the morning routine that ties this and the nootropic stack together into one sequence. See you in it.